Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the brand new Nike Free Flyknit 3.0 running shoes. Now I did a running shoe unboxing about 2 weeks ago. It was of the 2014 Nike Free 5.0, a very popular running model. And I kind of proposed the idea as to whether or not you guys would like to see running shoes featured on the channel every once in a while. This of course would be on a once or twice a month basis, and it would only be the major flagship models. The response for the most part I thought was pretty positive. The views did really well, and a lot of you guys requested to see this particular shoe, the brand new Free Flyknit 3.0, and I figured it was particularly relevant to the channel because of the Flyknit upper. Flyknit technology is something that has made a really big splash in the sports industry as far as equipment is concerned over the last couple of years since it was first introduced. It's evolved a lot since then, and now we're seeing their Flyknit technology kind of bust into their other sports divisions such as basketball, and more importantly to this channel, soccer, with their brand new Nike Magista model that a lot of people can't wait to get their hands on. So I thought it would be cool to do an unboxing of these. If you guys want to see more running shoes on the channel, again, be sure to let me know down below in the comments, and more specifically, which running shoes would you like to see. And again guys, please keep in mind, if you're not for this, you don't necessarily have to watch the video. And again, it's not something that is going to take over the channel. It's something that's going to be once or twice a month at the most. But I do think that this is important to show on the channel. It shows what these companies are working on as far as their other sports divisions are concerned that may at one point cross over onto soccer, which is what we're seeing here. And it also kind of gives you a better perspective on what you should be looking for when it comes to trainers, because at the end of the day, it's just as important to train off the field as it is to train on the field. But that's enough about that. Here is a look at the Free Flyknit 3.0, a very cool looking, very unique looking runner, at least in my opinion. Obviously, the main catch here, the main kind of highlight of the shoe is of course the sock-like Flyknit upper. It has that sock-like collar, which is a little bit strange for a running shoe. We first saw this introduced with the Nike Free 5.0 Flyknit, which was a little bit different than this, and this is definitely a nice evolution on that particular shoe in my opinion. I do have a pair of the originals, and while I was very impressed with the shoe, I'm more impressed with this, and they definitely have made some improvements with the Flyknit upper as a whole. And it's, like I said, it's really nice to see the evolution of Flyknit. While it's going to be new to soccer, it is not new to their running line. Nike has been working with different combinations, different types of materials, and there have been plenty of Flyknit models over the last couple of years, and they're getting better and better with every new release, which is, like I said, very positive. So as far as the upper itself is concerned, you're going to have a thicker Flyknit weave in the form of this kind of diamond pattern. For those of you wondering, this is the white, black, Volt and laser orange colorway. So you have this kind of diamond pattern that is a thicker weave of Flyknit, kind of going around the entire border of the shoe. It's still got some stretch to it, but for the most part, it's going to be a little bit more rigid, a little bit more supportive, and keep the sides of the shoe really stable. Have that nice lateral stability when you're running. It's not a training shoe, so it's not necessarily designed to making quick changes of direction. It's pretty much a straight line running shoe, and I think it will perform in that way very well. You can see going across the top of the foot, mainly the white area, is going to be significantly thinner, a lot more stretchy and flexible, and it has these perforations throughout, so there is some breathability to the shoe. And again, it's pretty much like wearing a pair of socks. You can wear these barefoot if you want. I personally don't like doing that. I like to wear a sock underneath, but again, if you want the kind of truest barefoot experience, I think that these Flyknit uppers are definitely the way to go right now. You can see that there aren't actually lace holes. There is a fly wire that is kind of woven into the upper, and again, this is something similar to what we're seeing on the Nike Magista, their soccer model. I'm sure lots of you guys are familiar with it. You only have 3 in total with your laces right there. Honestly, the laces don't do a lot as far as securing the shoe on your foot. It's just going to make it fit a little bit tighter to your foot, which is obviously what laces do most of the time. But just keep in mind that if you want to wear these without tying up the laces, you definitely can do that, because it does have that nice kind of tight elasticated fit to it. It kind of stretches and forms to the exact shape of your foot, which is really cool. There's no extra material in the heel. It's all pretty much just Flyknit. So let me just take out this thing, and you can see that it's very flexible, it's very soft, and it really is like wearing a pair of socks. So a very cool concept by Nike, and it truly does work well in the form of a low profile running shoe, at least in my opinion. Now as you can see, this features a 3.0 outsole, and essentially what that means is it is a lower offset from heel to forefoot. So the offset on a 3.0 model Nike Free is going to be 4 millimeters, meaning that the heel sits 4 millimeters higher than the forefoot area of the shoe. It's low profile cushioning as it is, but it lets you stand very, very flat, whereas a more traditional running shoe would have a 10 to 12 millimeter offset from the heel to the forefoot. I'm kind of promoting more of a heel strike style of running, where this is promoting more of a natural style of running that to me is really well suited for soccer training, just because you have a similar type of offset in a pair of soccer cleats that are for the most part pretty flat. So you have to run on your toes, you're running on the forefoot, the ball of your foot, and this is, like I said, a really good type of running shoe to mimic some kind of a low profile type of cushioning that you might get from a pair of soccer cleats. And not to mention they're very comfortable, have that nice tight fit, and it's kind of a familiar feel, if you will, which is why I like training in these more low profile styles of shoe. Now in comparison, I did an unboxing of the Free 5.0 not too long ago. That's the 5.0 model. It has an 8 millimeter offset. So in comparison, the 3.0 model has a 4 millimeter offset. So it's twice as low as that particular shoe, meaning you're going to have less underfoot cushioning and less bulk in the heel of the shoe overall. You can see it's kind of got this strange zigzag pattern. The darker orange area is going to be more of a midsole. That's going to be your foam cushion, and then this outside area is going to be again kind of a more dense, durable material that is going to make up the majority of the outsole here. You can see that the outsole has a similar kind of design, not identical to the 5.0 model. It's still got those kind of hexagon shaped cutouts, and it's flexible in pretty much all direction. There's no restrictiveness to this shoe whatsoever. So again, it's going to have a nice natural feel when you're actually running, and you're really going to only find rubber in kind of the high wear zone. So right here at the heel and right here at the tip of the toe. So you're going to get that little bit of extra grip at push off and that little bit of extra wear area here at the heel. But everything else is pretty much just solid foam. So there's not going to be a lot of grip under your feet, which is, like I said, why this isn't necessarily an ideal training shoe if you're going to be making sprints and hard lateral cuts. It's more of a straight line runner and not really designed for anything else. As far as the insole is concerned, just to wrap things up really quickly, give you guys a quick look at that. You can see they actually stitched in the size tag into the insole. But anyways, it's a standard Nike Free insole, nothing too crazy here, and it's made from a kind of spongy ortholite foam material, and just makes for a really good step in comfort in the shoe. It's a very unique feel, and it's really the closest thing you can get to wearing socks while running. So that's pretty much it as far as all the tech specs and what you need to know about the shoe. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Free Flyknit 3.0's on feet, and I have to say I am extremely impressed with the improvements that Nike has made versus the original Nike Free Flyknit. These are so much more comfortable, so much more flexible, and they just feel that much more sock-like in comparison to the original, which is a shoe that I was already very impressed with. One of the major improvements they made this time around is, to me, the Flyknit material feels a lot more sock-like on your foot. It moves very naturally, it's incredibly soft, it's elasticated in the right areas, and it's supportive in the right areas, and really does feel pretty much like a standard pair of high quality socks on your foot, which is really all you can ask for and really the main goal of Flyknit technology as a whole. So for the most part, if you're looking for something that has the truest barefoot sock-like experience while wearing them, this is definitely the shoe to go for. As far as that collar is concerned, I know a lot of people are kind of weary of that. It does kind of go over your ankle a little bit, and in comparison to the first model, which I found to chafe a little bit, it was a little bit too tight, a little bit too elasticated. This time around they made it a lot softer, not quite as tight, and it feels a lot more comfortable, and I don't really foresee any kind of irritation whatsoever. So overall, in terms of comfort and fit, a definite improvement over the original Free Flyknit. In terms of the overall width, I would also say they made it a little bit wider, a little bit more generous, especially in the midfoot and forefoot area. So even if you do have wide feet, I don't see you having any issues with getting the proper fit in this shoe, just because they made the Flyknit material a lot more elasticated this time around, especially in the midfoot and forefoot area. In terms of sizing, normally I wear a 10 in the Frees, and these fit pretty much the same. The Free models, to me, run about a half size small. So if you're sizing yourself versus a previous Free model, just go for the same size. But if you're sizing yourself from a standard pair of running shoes, I would personally recommend going half a size up. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video is concerned, and I'll leave it to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Nike Free Flyknit 3.0. This shoe is a prime example of how good Flyknit technology is and how much potential it has as a product that really will revolutionize the market, not only as far as running shoes are concerned, but also in other sports, as we see Nike currently trying to do with their basketball as well as their soccer line. So again, only time will tell where Nike will take Flyknit technology, but my best guess would be that we're going to see a lot more of it in a lot more of their sports on a lot of different models. So if this is going to be your first introduction to a Flyknit model shoe from Nike, this is definitely a great option. It's also well priced at $140. Still a little bit expensive, but as far as Flyknit technology is concerned, this is your cheapest option and honestly one of the best, probably the best true Flyknit experience, at least in my opinion. So if you guys are interested in picking up a pair of these for yourself, you can check out the review page on my website, linked down below in the description of this video. On that review page, you'll find the high quality images of the shoe, just to give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person, along with buy it now links with all the best prices online in all of the available colorways. So be sure to go ahead and check that out. Again, the link is down below in the description. If you have any questions regarding the shoe or any suggestions for other shoes you'd like to see featured on the channel, leave those down below in the comments for me. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe for daily reviews on all the latest and greatest soccer gear if you haven't already, of course. All of my social media information is also down below in the description. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.